Hey Ben, thanks for coming to Kansas City and talking to us tonight. Had just a couple questions. If you could talk to the V3 crowd here for a minute. Tell me, obviously you have a lot of experience being an entrepreneur, so what succinct advice would you give to someone maybe has either tried and failed or trying to work up the courage to try and get started?
I think the first step is just stop talking about it and start working on it, and then don't stop. It's either going to work or you're going to go broke. Those are your options. Just keep going.
Excellent. And you talked a little bit tonight about some of the comments you've gotten about the location of Dwolla being in Des Moines. Obviously the Midwest is getting some more press, becoming kind of an emerging hotbed for tech, for startups. So what are a couple of the attributes that you think make the Midwest a strong area as opposed to the coast, which have historically seen more of the startup activity?
Yeah, so I think the coasts are really amazing areas, but I also think that there's a really amazing area here that if it learns to connect to the coast well, it's going to create value for the coast just the same as it will here. It is not us versus them. We're all in it together. We just need to find ways of helping and working with one another. And part of that is having the confidence to say, I do believe that good people live here. I do believe smart people live here. And I do believe that we could pull this off here. And maybe eventually you fail at that and you move later, but you don't know unless you try. And I think it's worth trying.
And last question, talk to me a little bit about scale and the importance of finding really great people. Obviously, you're one person, you can't do or know everything, so where would you tell entrepreneurs to prioritize on finding the people that are going to surround them and really get this off the ground?
So you have to hire where you don't have talents. You have, and hiring isn't even the right term. You just have to find people that see what you see when it relates to the potential of what you're working on, and who can do things well that you don't do well. You can just find people who have talents you don't, and find people that you trust, and then trust them completely. And inevitably, we're all going to screw up. And if those were the right people, you're going to fix it and move on. And if they were the wrong people, it's going to hurt, but you're smarter and you'll probably make a better decision the second time out. And step one is find people to work with, take the risk of being wrong, take the risk, trust them, and just see what happens.